Hello, hello. I will give Instagram a second to optimize from me being live. I know it's Instagram's favorite thing when I go live, so I never want to miss a day. Honestly, I usually don't go live, but I have really been enjoying it recently. I feel like I've had a lot to say and just feel more in flow just talking. So usually I create a lot of different types of content, but lives have just felt right, so I'm going with it. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well right now. And yeah, today I wanted to talk about seasons. The reason I think seasons are really important to understand is that I think it's important to know when to be patient with yourself. Right now, we are in a season where it's summer. In the fitness space, people are probably slowing down a little bit. It doesn't mean people aren't buying, it just means that I think a lot of the market is probably in a relaxed state, taking some time off depending on the market you're serving. So a lot of business owners and executives, they are traveling a lot. They're still buying, people are still signing up. It's not really changing sales necessarily because there's a big market of people, but um, a lot of trainers and coaches are experiencing maybe less urgency from people on calls right now. But what I think is really important is that you're aware of seasons and know how to use them properly. So if you're in a season where you are not as sales focused or you are not as focused on new clients, you need to be building, right? So ask yourself a question. Are you in the right environment to build? Are you around people who are encouraging you to build correctly? And do you know what to build to prepare for busier seasons? Now, I don't want to say that summer's not a busy season, but for a lot of people who have not been growing their audience and working on their business, it might be a slower season. Now, the ones who've been in our program, the ones in um, more of a marketing space, they've probably been developing their message. They've probably been on LinkedIn, maybe they've been on different platforms, and they're still getting good engagement and conversations because they've been building for a while. And so seasons pertain less to that person because they have an audience. But if you're somebody who doesn't have an audience and you are still figuring out where you are going to be in the next 12 months of your business, I urge you to listen to what I'm saying. Because if you are building and or thinking about building, make sure you join an environment where you know how to build and plant the right seeds for the season you're in. And so a lot of our clients are building the right systems. We're building different automations. We are helping them build better marketing for their business, more powerful communication, better content strategies. We have a ton of stuff going on in our mentorship right now where our clients are getting some of the best stuff around new softwares and tools we're using in our business that will further their business. And it's a lot of information, so there's a lot of learning going on in our program right now, which is great. But remember, no matter where you're at in your business right now, if you're not where you want to be in your life, if you're not where you want to be, you need to change your environment. Your environment dictates every single thing in your life, how you feel, how you think, what you're doing, the actions you're going to take over the next 3 months. It all depends on who are the 5 people you're listening to, who's close to you, whose advice do you take to heart. And if you don't have somebody in your life or people in your life who are leaders who are guiding you in business, health, relationships, whatever it is, and you feel kind of lost, seek out mentors, seek out people who are ahead of you or where you want to be and listen to them, let them guide you. Because some of the best things I've ever done are constantly learn from people around me that are ahead of me in something, whether it's fitness, whether it's nutrition, whether it's business. I'm always learning and absorbing more information. And no matter how well I've done in business, no matter how successful I've become, I always make myself a student again. And I look at the season I'm in and I go, where can I be better? I'm never thinking I've arrived. I'm never thinking that my work is done. I can always get better at my expertise. I can always be better to my clients. I can always be better to my family. I can always show up in a way that gives people something, but I can only do that if I'm in an environment and I'm getting the support I need to then give to others around me. And so just ask yourself a question. What season are you in? If you're in a season where you're planting seeds, be patient. If you're in a season where you are reaping what you've sown, be excited about it, but don't dwell. And I think there's a quote that I really like. Essentially, don't be concerned with criticism or praise because they're both kind of ultimately meaningless, right? Criticism is not always true, and there's some truth to it. Praise is not always true. There may be some truth to it, but ultimately be very neutral, no matter what's going on in your life. It's kind of like being a rock. Being a rock, like there's water crashing around you, and no matter what's going on, just realize that it will pass, good or bad. And so don't get too attached to the good, and also don't get too down when you're having a season where you don't feel like you're in control, because once again, it will pass. But one thing you need to do is cast a vision for this year. And if you are not happy with the last 12 months in your business, in your health, in your relationships, whatever it is, you need to find a new environment that propels you forward. Because in order to know what season you need to be in, you need someone who has been through many seasons in relation to the goals and the aspirations you have. Because once again, if you don't find someone who's been through the seasons of growth that you're looking to achieve, you will feel uncertain and you might be paralyzed. You might have felt stuck for a while. And so whether you're just starting your online business, whether you've been in it for a while, whether you're a personal trainer and you don't even have an online business, but you want more freedom and more time, or you just want a better life, figure out what you need to do to understand and predict the seasons you're in so that you understand what that looks like for you. And so I think this is really important because I think when we have different seasons, sometimes we can be harder on ourselves, sometimes we can celebrate. There's all sorts of emotions that can come up. But if you're going through a rough season, be patient, it'll pass. If you're having like the time of your life, be grateful, but don't get so attached to that good feeling that when it shifts to something else, you're disappointed. And just ride the wave. So I bring this up because it just popped up for me personally. There's a lot of really good growth happening for me and a lot of things going on, but it just made me realize like how, there are seasons to a variety of things in your life, and you need to respect the season you're in so that you do not almost get too focused on just the micro and you think bigger picture a little bit. And if you are not in an environment that propels you forward, you need to move forward, find an environment, find people who can support your growth, and don't hesitate. Stop hesitating to jump into something that is good for you. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So hope this was helpful. I just wanted to pop on real quick and talk about this because one of the biggest factors in your growth are the people around you. And if you don't feel like you're growing, change your environment. Get around people who look at you and they can see through your bullshit and they can help you become better. So hope this helped. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Talk soon.